In this module, we will explore strategies to help you set prices that will reflect the value you provide, attract the right customer, and ultimately make money. I like the quote from Warren Buffett: "Price is what you pay, value is what you get." Many business founders stumble when it comes to pricing their products or services. Pricing isn't just about covering costs, it's about understanding the value you offer and effectively bringing that value to your customers. If you charge too low, you won't make any money and can't invest in your business future growth. Or if you charge too high, you may not get enough volume and stay stagnant. Your price shouldn't be based on your underlying cost, but on the value you provide and the problem you solve. Most common pricing strategies forget about the customer, instead focusing on internal reasons and competitive metrics to justify prices. Yet customers don't care how much something costs you to make or your competitors. They care how much value they are receiving at a particular price. Remember we spoke about great startup idea, about solving important problems and wants. The higher the pain, the more money people will be willing to spend. Perceived value. The price directly correlates to the value people attach to your product or service. If your price is too low, you reduce the value and it can reduce people's willingness to buy. Many people won't consider low price product. It just tells them beforehand that it's a cheap, low quality thing. If I offered you two vacation packages to visit Dubai, one for $2,000 and the other for $10,000, which would you choose? Of course, the $10,000 package, because in your mind, you expect something better for that price. Back then, when I was running my e-commerce bag store, a friend of mine was selling top-notch women's wool coats in his store. Reviews above 4.5 stars, business was going well. Towards the end of the season, with a small inventory left, he wanted to clear out the stock with a 50% off marketing campaign. Seems like a no-brainer, right? But within just 2 weeks, instead of happy customers, his reviews were flooded with negative reviews. What went wrong? The same premium coats and packaging, yet a different outcome. People complain about everything, from colors to quality. It boiled down to one thing: the customers. Instead of the usual happy shoppers, he had a bunch of bargain hunters, seeking cheap deals, having a propensity to nitpick and complain about everything. In contrast, the premium buyers who had purchased at a full price were happy with the product. The moral of the story is that pricing isn't just about numbers. It's a form of marketing on its own. The price you set sends a powerful message and attracts a specific types of customers. In people's mind, price equals value. By setting your prices strategically, you can filter out price-sensitive customers who always demand more for less return. Price points. You must align your offering with the purchasing power of your audience. For instance, selling an $8,000 a month video editing subscription package to solopreneurs earning $2,000 a month simply won't work. I will give you several examples for different price points for one-off and recurring sales models. Let's start with one-off sales. Remember, it's an art, not a science. Let's see how different pricing points gonna affect sales numbers and the effort you put in. Here we have examples for your product and service for $7, $19, $47, $147, and $447. Let's say you are just starting and your goal is to make $1,000 a month. You have sales quantity per month on the left, and below you have your monthly goals. So to make $1,000 a month with $7 product, you have to make 143 sales. But at the same time, to make $1,000 a month with $47 product, you just have to make 21 sales. It's way easier, right? Now on the right side, your monthly goal is to make a $5,000 per month to ditch your day job. Here you will see that if your product is just $7, you have to make 714 sales each month to meet your monthly goal. It sounds a lot of sales, right? But at the same time, if your product or service is $447, you have to make just 11 sales per month. In this example, selling a $7 template or some digital product to make $5,000 per month simply not going to work. It will be too much headache for you. So you have to price your product or service strategically. To operate in business, you have to know your overhead and break-even number. Especially with low-ticket products, use this basic formula to calculate the number of sales you need each month to live and keep the business going. Let's calculate your break-even number. It equals your freedom number plus your fixed business expenses, divide your sales price. Freedom number. You already know about the freedom number, so include here your minimum fixed monthly expenses like rent, food, gasoline, clothing, insurance, etc. Plus add your fixed business expenses like monthly software subscriptions, hosting, if you're gonna hire employees, include their salaries, or offices, add office rent and utility as well. So let's say your freedom number is $4,000 a month and your business expenses is $500 a month, assuming you don't have any assistant or any employee. These are just your subscriptions and business tool expenses. And let's say your product price is $147. Based on these numbers, your break-even number is 31. You have to ask your 31 new customers each month to live and operate the business. If your business gonna have variable cost, meaning that when sales volume increase, the production cost gonna increase too. Then before dividing, you have to subtract from the sales price the variable cost per sale. Variable cost per unit is the things directly involved in producing your product or service, such as software subscription, hosting, email marketing platform fees, or let's say project-based outsourced work payments. Now, based on this formula, you can use your numbers and make your own calculation to understand how many sales you're gonna make each month to live and operate the business. Now crossing your break-even number is good, but you want to scale your business, right? To start making good monthly income. So let's consider another example where you want to make $20,000 a month or maybe 100K a month. In this example, let's say you sell product or providing service for $19, $47, $147, $447, and $997. Let's consider each example. Here you see sales number per month, and below you see your monthly goal. So to make 20K per month with $19 product, you have to make 1,053 sales every month. With $47 product, you have to make 426 sales. With $147 product, you have to make 136 sales. With $447 product, you have to make 45 sales, and for $997 product or service, you have to make just 20 sales. So you see, if your product is $19 and you want to make a 20K per month, you have to make over 1,000 sales per month. But at the same time, if you sell your product or service for $997, you just have to make 20 sales per month. You see how different price points affects the number of sales you're gonna make every month. Now let's say you want to make 100K a month. With $19 product, you have to make 5,263 sales a month. I mean, if you are not a Walmart or Costco selling or probably wholesaling things, it's a huge number. But at the same time, if you want to make 100K per month, selling a $447 product, it's just 224 sales a month. Or if your product or service worth $997, it's just 100 sales per month. You see the difference? You will need to decide your price point and take on the challenges that come with it. Every price point requires its own approach and difficulty level to hit your goals. It doesn't take more effort to sell something at 10x the price, and in some cases it takes less effort. When using a low-ticket one-off sales approach, you should be aware of the time and effort required to scale that business. I am not saying you should avoid this strategy, Sometimes entering a new market with a low price strategy can help test the waters or attract a large number of customers. You can then add follow-up or upselling offers down the road to make a profit. Now let's take a look to another approach, a recurring sales model. The lifeblood of your business is repeat customer. These days, virtually anything can be purchased through a subscription. Not just software, from Spotify and Netflix to everyday consumables like groceries and cosmetics. Think about Amazon Fresh and Ipsy. Even the old car industry is starting to charge monthly for additional features. So why can't you? It can be a content, membership, SaaS, or productized services. Let's see some numbers. Now in the recurring sales model, our goal is to hit a 20K a month within 1 year. With recurring sales model, you just have to find 88 customers a month for $19 product during 1 year to hit 20K a month recurring revenue. Let's say you are selling a $47 product. You just have to find 35 customers per month during 1 year to get 20,000 recurring monthly revenue. And if your product or service is $447, you just have to make 4 sales a month. And in the other side, let's say you want to make $100,000 a month and you have a target to reach that goal within 2 years. So in 2 years, to establish a customer base that's gonna bring you $100,000 a month with $47 product, you just have to make 89 sales a month. If your product or service is $147, you just have to make 28 sales. Or maybe you are selling a subscription for $997. Then you just have to make 4 sales a month. For the simplicity of calculation, I didn't include the churn and upsell percentage here. Churn is the percentage of customers who cancel their subscription with you each month. If you take good care of your customers, you will maintain a low churn rate and build a loyal customer base who will spread the word about your business, bringing even more customers to you. And the upsell percentage is when customers upgrade from lower subscription plans. Let's say you offer blogging services, offering 4 high-quality blog posts for $447 a month, and run a marketing campaign offering an existing clients 12 blog posts for $997 a month. It's a good deal. They get 3 posts for free, and some percentage of your clients decided to upgrade their subscription plan, bringing more monthly recurring revenue. With recurring revenue model, you just need to get 35 new customers monthly during 1 year with $47 offer to make 20K a month or 240,000 per year. And likewise, you just need to get 89 new customer a month for $47 product during 2 years to make $100,000 a month or 1,200,000 a year. And if any given month you didn't gain the planned number of customers, you are still good as you have positive cash flow from existing customers. Now let's compare one-off sales versus recurring sales model. In both cases we have the same prices, $1974, $174, $474 and $997 product or service. And in our example we have the same goals, 20K per month and 100K per month. So let's start with one-off sales. Let's say you want to start a marketing agency and your goal is to make 20K per month. And let's say you provide your service for $997. You have to make 20 sales per month to reach your goals. Month in and month out, you have to make 20 sales to reach your target. But at the same time, to grow to 20K per month within 1 year, every month you have to make just 2 sales and within a year you will reach 20K a month recurring revenue. And if you cherish your customer and provide a good service, they're gonna remain with you, and by the end of the year you will have a 20K a month stable recurring revenue. And you don't have to worry where to find customer next month, how you're gonna pay your bills, what happened if you didn't get those 20 customers, how you're gonna pay salary, etc. I'm not even saying about $19 products, because if you want to make 20K a month with $19 product, you have to make over 1,000 sales per month, which is not realistic in the long term. Let's say you are selling the software and want to make 100K a month. With one-off sales, if your product is $147, you have to make 680 sales a month to make 100,000 that month. So you are under pressure to make 680 sales a month to reach your goals each and every month. Even if your product is $1,000, you have to make 100 sales a month to reach your 100K. But at the same time, with recurring sales model, you can price your software $47 a month. Maybe your software targets small business owners, and in order to reach 100K, you can plan accordingly. Within a 2 year, every month, getting just 89 customers, gradually you can reach to 100K a month recurring revenue. And if you have higher product or service plans, let's say $147 a month, you just need 28 customers and keep doing the same work and keep getting those 28 customers every month. And very quickly you will find out that you reached your 100K a month recurring revenue. Recurring revenue is the superpower that helps you grow faster without the stress that comes with one-off sales. With one-off sales, you have to do enough business every month to cover your overhead. Let's say if your fixed expenses per month are $20,000 and you don't sell anything that month, you still owe $20,000. The stress of finding new customers each month won't let you effectively grow your business or focus on providing more value and improving your operations. Productizing your services, offering subscription-based products, and charging your customers upfront is the key that lets you enter each month with revenue on the books. Recurring revenue makes your business a lot more valuable if you want to sell it in the future. You can get potentially 3 times more compared to one-off sales businesses. Now, as we understand how different price points affect things and the importance of choosing recurring sales model, let's explore 5 buyer types in business. Let's start with only free buyers. These are the buyers who will never pay anything. Those who only use free versions, spend days figuring out things themselves just not to pay. Cheapest price buyers. Those who will only buy the cheapest product, who always sort search results to low price first when looking for something. Value-driven buyers. Those who look for value and pay for it. Customers who prioritize quality, performance, and reliability over price. Premium buyers. Those who only buy the best. Customers who prefer to purchase flagship products from top brands with cutting-edge technology and design. And silly buyers. Those who spend ridiculous amounts of money, who make impulsive purchases to show off. So unless you provide or sell a truly premium product or service, your optimal path is to target the value-driven buyers' price range in the market. Typically, there are more penny pitchers than big spenders out there, but people with a value-driven viewpoint make a good chunk of the market too. But how do you find that sweet spot for pricing? To set our starter price, we simply need to find out what's the low end of the value-driven price range. Then we can launch with a sensible price point, not too low, not too high. You can use competitive analysis to find the value-driven price range in your market. Research your competitors' products or services and add each one of them to a spreadsheet. Arrange them based on price. Take your best guess at what level buyer type price zones begin and end for each buyer type, based on different features and pricing plans available in the market. You are looking to uncover the lowest price point that value-driven buyers will pay, the lowest price point that feels right to you, your break-even number, your target top-end price, which you can charge over time. As your positioning gets better in the market, you can charge even more. Not charging enough. Not knowing who you are helping, what problem you are solving, and how quickly you deliver results will prevent you from charging what your product is actually worth. When you price too low, not only do you fail to make good money, but you also decrease your motivation to produce a high quality product. Additionally, if your prices only cover expenses, you won't have the budget to invest in future growth. If you charge $100 for a service and can't afford to improve its quality, everyone will be frustrated. However, if a customer pays $1,000, they are usually more patient and less worried about technical problems because they know the value they receive is higher than the price they paid. In this case, you earn enough to provide high quality service and excellent customer support if any issue arises. And always include a contingency percentage in your final price. Many businesses boast about high revenues but remain broke because their expenses consume all their earnings. That's why profit is the most important metric you should measure in business. Key points to remember. Pick a price range that fits your goals. Target customers in the actual value range from low to high in your market. Launch with a price that is on the low end of the market value range. Over time, iterate your price point up and see where the conversions stop happening. As you iterate, regularly check in with new customers and make sure they feel the product value equation. Know something. If you are the best, no one expects you to be the cheapest. If you are the cheapest, no one would believe you are the best. All price resistance is in the mind of seller, not the buyer. Now let's study pricing strategies that you see in everyday life but probably didn't pay attention or don't think it's important. But you will learn the importance of setting right prices in a right order that will help you boost your sales and be more appealing to your customers. Charm pricing. Go to any shop and you will see prices ending with 7 or 9 everywhere. Does it really work? Surely all intelligent people understand that 39 and 40 are basically the same. But it's a tactic you will see today everywhere. Are people genuinely influenced by a 99 price point versus paying $100? As it turns out, yes, they are. In his book Priceless, William Poundstone dissects 8 different studies on the use of charm prices and finds that on average they increased sales by 24% versus their nearby rounded price points. In one of the experiments done by University of Chicago and MIT, a mail order catalog was printed in 3 different versions. One woman's clothing item tested was sold for $39. In experimental versions of the catalog, the company offered the same item for $34 and $44. Each catalog was sent to an identically sized sample. And it turns out there were more sales at the charm price of $39 than at either of the other prices, including the cheapest $34. The $39 price tag had both greater sales volume and greater profit per sale. Anchoring. Relativity concept. It's all about the contrast. In pricing, nothing is cheap or expensive by itself, but compared to something. A $60 dinner doesn't sound so bad when anchored next to a $300 dinner. At Ralph Lauren, that $17,000 bag makes a $98 t-shirt look cheap. In 1990s, when Williams Sonoma introduced one of the first bread-making machines, consumers didn't know how to judge its $275 price tag. The sales were stagnant. After a tepid start, the company added a fancier $429 machine that was supposed to boost sales. And it did, but not how they expected. The first $275 bread machines sold like hotcakes. In this story, the $429 bread baking machine became the anchor. It biased consumers' opinion of the $275 price tag. Sales soared because now they knew they had a good deal. Similarly, the best way to sell a $3,000 suite is to put it next to a $10,000 suite. Think about the Rolls-Royce marketing. They demonstrate their cars in air shows. Because compared to a $20 million jet, the price of a $500,000 car seems very reasonable. So whenever possible, provide two pricing options to help people make decisions. People understand value better when they have a comparison. Single price. So what if you have just one offer? Research found that showing the old price alongside the sale price is more powerful than just using charm prices ending in 9. In this case, display the original price next to the sale price. Like in our example, we have $10.99 product with original price $19.99. This strategy enhances perceived value and encourages purchases by highlighting the discount. Decoy effect. The decoy effect describes how when we are choosing between two alternatives, the addition of a third, less attractive option, the decoy, can influence our perception of the original two choices. Dan Ariely describes this famous example in his book Predictably Irrational. He came across the following subscription offer from The Economist, the magazine. Dan noticed that the magazine ad had three unusual price points. The first offer was a web-only subscription for $59, second a print-only subscription for $125, and a third offer was a web plus print subscription for $125. Dan noticed that this doesn't make any sense, as option 2 seems useless, in that you would be better off getting the print plus web for the same price. You agree, right? He did a study with 100 MIT students. Out of them, 16% choose the first option. Obviously, nobody chooses the second useless option. And 84% choose the third option. The price in the middle, while seemingly useless, in that it didn't provide any value, since the print plus web was the same price, was actually useful in that it helped get customers to turn from bargain hunters to value seekers. He continues study with another 100 MIT students that examines what would happen if he took out the middle price. Without the middle option, we can see that the price points set by the economist had too much contrast. By removing the middle option, people look at two prices and convince themselves they didn't need the upgrade. Essentially, they became bargain hunters rather than value seekers, the kind of customers you want to avoid. With appropriate pricing in place, you can offer customers options that fit their budget while also highlighting the benefits of your premium offer. This is a trick that coffee shops are using all the time. When you see a small cup of coffee for $2.99 and a large one for $5.99 on the menu, you might choose the small one due to a $3 difference. However, if there is a medium option for $5.49, the $5.99 large option suddenly seems like a steal. Customers perceive greater value in the large coffee for just a 50 cents difference with the medium decoy option, making them more likely to choose the large even if they originally intended to buy a small one. Whenever you want to sell a premium product or a service package in your website, you can create a third, less attractive option in the middle for comparison. This will increase the perceived value of the premium offer. Now you learned about decoy pricing. Let's talk about three price plans. The idea is that you offer three packages, and the package you really want to sell, make it the middle option. If your product is expensive, make your website also look expensive and trustworthy. People generally don't like thinking of themselves as overly cheap or extravagant, so the middle tier appears to be the wise choice. Look in our example. The second plan is for value-driven buyers. It offers good value for money It shows that price has been reduced or it's a sale. Also, you can highlight the middle plan with a bestseller or best value mark, making it a best choice for value-driven buyers. In this case, third plan is served as a contrast to the middle one. It's an anchor with a high price tag. Make it much more expensive than the middle plan. You don't actually intend to sell it, but there is always a premium buyers in a market, so make sure you can actually deliver on it. Additionally, offering different price point options encourages customers to choose between your plans rather than deciding whether to buy your product at all. Align pricing with your overall positioning. It's an art, not a science. Adapt everything to you, your unique circumstances, and put the customer first.